します。
ベースボードを大分から打ち上げられたスペースプレーンが上昇していくところです。
迅速な輸送が必要な場合には今も有効な交通手段なんですね。
must rethink her resources and honor their wrath. They are finite yet full of might, and if we move with wisdom, we can get this right.
Konbanwa. In Norway, we would say god kväll. And Norway is famous for its salmon, and the farms, they are round, circular, and they are in the ocean. And in the farm, there's fishes that swim in a circle. And also something that goes in a circle is trust, because if you give trust, you will receive trust back. This is a value that the Nordic countries have in common.
Spark. It's good to see you.
Bye-bye. Wow, that's the James Webb Space Telescope. Whoa. As we accelerate into the future, we will go together, learning together, creating together, exploring together, observing together, sharing this adventure together. We can't do this on our own. Let's unite. Remember, Earth is our home. Just imagine that we're together, inspiring and empowering our lives together. Just imagine what we can create together. We'll create the world of our dreams.
The train on platform 2 is bound for Hiroshima.
Where is it the tail?
I think it's underneath. If you look at
The fin ah.
yeah, the fin and the tail.
Oh.
They're quite cute.
You put what? You grab and stuff ah.
Remind me of Sherry.
멀면 알 수밖에 없어.
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia at Expo 2025.
We're designers. We don't like to label ourselves more specifically. We enjoy design. That gives us more room to play and interact and experiment with a lot more than just graphic design.
Indonesia, a magical harmony of countless flora and fauna, breathing life for all the souls alive.
Wong Carlos juga memusuh aku, Wong Carlos juga memusuh aku.
And seeing children come and go over the decades as they play under the shade of my branches. I dream of a greener Singapore, a home for 1 million more trees like me.
是阿紫是你人类的，你快乐是。
The next stop is scheduled Keihan Maya. Please change here for the Keihan Railway. 運賃はボーディング際、運賃箱でお入れください。The next stop is scheduled Keihan Maya.
世界历史遗迹尔遗址。抽烟。
都好過你喎，但係。
Please leave it there, at the front of the frame.
Inside is very soft. Okay, look at team. Come on. Ready? And then it's very This is scrambled egg and the chin.
说的也是啊，说的也很快啊。
没关系。这里有，这里。我知道你们要拍照。对对，我知道。好，那这个给。不整齐，真的吗？因为我个人就不知道在干嘛，不好意思啊。我看一下哦。一番楽しんでる人いる。この味は。
英语。
jak ono jest to Osaka City, to jest 100 metrów. Osaka to jest taki jak najwyższy budynek w Krakowie.
Ja chciałam być na umie na Sky Building,